Welcome to Buenos Aires. Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode on Call It a Holiday. And in this video, I will show you Argentina's capital, Buenos Aires. Before coming here, we spent 2 weeks in Peru. I will link all the videos from Peru in the description below. Make sure to watch them. We reached Buenos Aires yesterday, but yesterday we were so confused with everything here. There was no tourist sim shops at the airport, so we had to go separately to buy that. And when we reached there, we didn't even have our passport with us, and you're supposed to carry your passport to get the tourist sim. So a lot of time was spent getting that done. If you're aware, Argentina is currently going through an economic crisis. Things are really expensive here. When we had planned this trip, we were aware that there's hyperinflation going on, but it's way cheaper for tourists who are visiting from the outside the country. But right now, there's a new government in place, and economic laws have been revised, and it's not that cheap for tourists anymore. So yeah, we were a little shocked by the prices of food, of clothes. We did see a lot of shops around, and the prices were really shockingly high. I even ended up going to Zara at one point, expecting it to be similar to the prices in India, but it was so expensive. So, yeah, we spent a lot of time understanding what is happening here, if it's really safe or not. I'm going to show you what to do in Buenos Aires, which neighborhoods are safe, which neighborhoods you should miss, and let's go. The first thing we do in every new city is go on a walking tour, and that's exactly what we did on our first day here. The tour started from one of the oldest neighborhoods in this city, which is San Telmo. This is the San Telmo market, which is known for its beautiful antique stores. By the way, this guided walking tour is booked from Get Your Guide. I will mention the affiliate links to all the experiences that I did in this video in the description below.
So most of the people that came here came after the First War, after Franco in Spain, political motives, economical motives, Jewish people that came to settle here because they were for the, you notice, because of the Shoah. And when they settled here, they tried to organize a kind of community, asking their friends to come to stay with them, organizing aid for the newcomer.
San Telmo has a history dating back to 17th century. This is what the oldest houses in Buenos Aires used to look like. We saw what old living complexes used to look like in Buenos Aires, with multiple people living inside one complex, and everyone used to share this common area. Nowadays, these complexes have been converted into shops and restaurants. We took the bus to the next neighborhood, which was La Boca, home to the popular Argentine football club Boca Juniors. It was this very club from where Diego Maradona started his football career, and that's why the entire area pays homage to him with multiple graffiti arts. La Boca is super colorful and a must visit, but our guide did warn us that it does become very sketchy after dark. One of the biggest legacies of Argentina in the culinary world is the empanada. Warm and delicious, it was actually the perfect snack on a cold, rainy afternoon. After lunch, we explored some more colorful houses of La Boca, and honestly, I feel like social media is really sleeping on this part of Buenos Aires. It's like a photographer's dream. As I mentioned before, Argentina is undergoing hyperinflation, and now and then the locals indulge in protests whenever the president is in office, and we happened to witness one such protest. The last neighborhood on our walking tour was Recoleta, which is known for its stunning cemetery. The cemetery looks so beautiful because many of the designs have been done by famous architects. This is the oldest cemetery in Buenos Aires, and more than 20 presidents, 25 city mayors, 40 governors, Nobel Prize winners, writers, politicians, engineers, and even a caretaker are buried at Recoleta Cemetery. Walking around the cemetery was an extremely surreal experience, as some of these looked like literal art, and we couldn't believe people were buried here. This is a popular dessert called alfajores, which you have to try when you're in Buenos Aires. It's the next day, and today's aim is to attend a tango show and also to see one of the most beautiful bookstores in the world, the El Ateneo Grand Splendid Bookstore. If you're coming to Buenos Aires, there are a few things that you need to keep in mind. The city is divided into different neighborhoods. There's Palermo Soho, Palermo Hollywood, then you have the historical area of the city, that's San Telmo, La Boca, and Recoleta. So, Recoleta and Palermo are the safest areas to stay in Buenos Aires, and the historical parts of the city, like San Telmo and La Boca, which are not that safe and especially unsafe at night. So make sure that you book your Airbnb or hotel in Palermo or Recoleta. Second thing is that cabs are available for booking on the street, but a lot of the cabs do not use meter to go, so they will try to rip you off. So it's best to either use public transportation, or if you want to be safer, try to use Uber. Third thing is, despite hyperinflation in Argentina right now, it's not very cheap for tourists to visit anymore. They have a new president in power since December 2023, and he has brought some new economic changes. So it's a little expensive to stay here now. The costs are very similar to being in a big European city like London or Barcelona. So if you are looking at staying at a cheaper city, Buenos Aires is not that anymore. And finally, the most important thing is, when you're walking around in the city, don't flash your phone or your expensive camera or expensive bags or watches around. That just makes you a target very quickly, and it's best to not do that. And finally, fifth point, a bonus point, which even I didn't know until this morning, is that the tap water in Buenos Aires is very, very safe to drink, so you don't need to spend your extra money buying bottled water. We made our way back to Recoleta to check out this bookstore. Opened in 1919, this used to be a theatre hosting ballet and opera. In 2000, it was converted to a bookstore, which National Geographic deemed the most beautiful bookstore of the world. The ground floor has a stunning collection of books, but really, you need to head upstairs to appreciate the theatre in its full glory. lunch, we dined at a nearby Asado, which is basically a restaurant specializing in grilled meats. I'm sure you're wondering how to find this chocolate heaven, but you'll be shocked to know that at almost every crossing in Buenos Aires, there's one of these candy shops. Finally, it was time for the activity I was most excited for, the tango show. There are many tango shows available, but I booked the one at Cafe Los Angelitos because it's a legacy cafe which was opened in 1890. Today, it's a cafe by day and tango theatre by night. Our final day in Buenos Aires started with a slow breakfast followed by a little walk around the city. If you love exploring museums, Malba Museum is a must visit. It has a lot of contemporary art and also showcases some popular works of Latin American artist Frida Kahlo. The next spot we visited is pretty high up on the list of things to do in Buenos Aires, which is why we came here. This is the Jardín Japonés or Japanese garden. We came here on a Sunday and it was extremely crowded. While it is a beautiful garden, it's not really a relaxing place. We were constantly worrying about pickpockets. Unless you're coming here on a weekday in the morning, I think you can skip this place. Come to the end of our trip. Yesterday we went to a local bar to watch the Copa America Argentina versus Canada, and the vibe was so fun, so contagious. Argentina team was in USA for the Copa America games, because of which we could not see a live game in Buenos Aires, but I would suggest if there's no major tournament happening, you can definitely go and watch a live show in Buenos Aires. Overall, our 4 days in Buenos Aires were really fun. The things that I found very fun here were visiting the different cafes, watching the live tango show, that was really amazing, and the football game, of course. If you enjoyed my video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.